Okay, go ahead and record. So we're going to start tonight with recognizing some heavy hitters on our team. I have two ladies I want to shout out, Pam Oler and Sarah Johnson. I think that's her last name. Sorry if not. But both of them I ran at the beginning of this month. Gosh, I feel like this month is like the longest month ever. But seriously, it was like maybe I think last week I did a just a competition to see who could get the most loyal customers, and both of them within 3 days got 4 loyal customers each. And so that's pretty impressive considering the company only wants us to get 4 loyal customers for an entire month, and they did it in 3 days. So those are my 2 shout outs. Ingrid, Kara, who do you guys have?
Awesome. I just wanted to shout out, I think it was just for this week, top enrollers were Shannon Young, Erica Plambeck, and Alexis King on my personal team. I think they're doing awesome. They're always super consistent, and so that's something that's really important in this business, right, is if you can enroll people but continue to enroll them and be consistent. So just want to shout them out. I don't know if Kara made it back on.
Oh, I know she wanted to shout some people out.
Okay, well, she will when she gets back on.
Okay, let's not forget to let her do that. Look at your hair all lovely and thick. You enjoy that pregnancy hair.
I know, I'll be bald in a few months, don't worry.
That's me right now. Oh my gosh. Anywho, okay, so we're going to talk about being a new distributor. I know it's scary and you're just like, what am I doing? And but this business, what we call it ignorance on fire. Everybody, like, this business loves ignorance on fire. And what that means is people who don't have a clue what they're doing, but they do it anyway and they explode. So I hear also so many top people say they wish they were new distributors again. And I know it might not make sense to you because you would give anything in the world to change places with them. But what they mean by that is that when you first join, you have that excitement of the unknown and you are just excited about this new business that you signed up for. And because your excitement is pretty much, it's just spilling out of you, it's contagious, and people want to know, what the heck is this? What's going on? What is she doing? Maybe not right now. Not right now. Sorry. And so they want to know what you're doing. And when you're new, you need to take full advantage of just jumping and going for it and posting about your business. Because I'm telling you right now, people, your friends and your family, they've been watching somebody else. They've heard about this crazy rap thing, right? Who hasn't heard about this crazy rap thing? You'd actually be surprised. There's a lot of people who haven't. But chances are they've probably already heard about it from somebody they don't know. But now they know you, and they're like, wait, you're doing it? Okay, well, I'm not afraid to talk to you. Let me go ahead and ask you a bunch of questions. But how are they going to ask you a bunch of questions about this business if you're not posting about it? If you're too shy, you're too scared, you're too worried to even tell anybody that you have a new business, okay? So these people are watching somebody in this rap business. Well, now they know somebody, and now they're like, okay, let me go ask this person a question, or they might watch you. So now it's your chance to show them what these wraps or what our products can do for them. They want to say, oh my gosh, I know that girl and I saw her results. They actually work. I know her. They work. That's my sister's, cousin's, brother's, mama's, aunt. They work, So that's why we say ignorance on fire and just jump in to your business and don't be afraid to just really take the reins and go for it, because you have the best opportunity is right now when you're excited. and you don't know anything, about the business. I joined in September, and my business, I was doing great. I did my launch party online. I did one in person, and they offered a $500 Christmas bonus, which is, I'm pretty sure it's like the Ruby bonus right now. If I really think about like how we had to get it, it's pretty much you having to go Ruby, but unofficially going Ruby. There is, I know I had to sign up like 3 distributors, and they each had to have something. So I got the $500 bonus at Christmas time. So if you hear anything about the seasons, and I don't even want to throw that word out, but it's all in your head, because as you get more seasoned, you jaded a little bit, and what the business is like during, the months and stuff like that. But I was brand new in September, and my business was on fire. And then in January and February, I exploded. So, the only reason I exploded because I was planting my seeds right now. And that's what you guys should be doing as well. And what do we mean by planting seeds? We mean talking to everybody about this business, because not everybody is going to sign up, join you, buy right away. Okay. It usually takes about 8 to 12 contacts from you for them to finally buy. So please remember that number, not 1 or 2 contacts, 8 to 12. And, just email or message your enroller, or a sideline, how do I keep contacting these people without sounding redundant? We can give you different things to say and keep it exciting, and not, hey, do you want to buy? Hey, do you want to buy? Hey, do you want to buy? Okay, this is the 8th time. Hey, do you want to buy? We have stuff that you can, we have different ways of approaching them without it sounding salesy the whole time. So plant your seeds. And then, we have all kinds of other things that you can do. One of the greatest tools that you have that's in your e-suite and that Ingrid's going to talk about is your hundreds list. So I'm going to let Ingrid talk about the hundreds list right now.
Ingrid, for sure.
Can I jump in there really quickly and just tell the new people how to use the chat, just so they know? Sorry about that. For those of you, because I know we have a lot of new faces on here, if you're on a computer, down at the bottom, there's a little chat icon. If you're on a phone, don't remember how it is on the phone, but
I think it's like in the top right corner, there's like buttons, maybe, I think.
Yeah, so there's something that says chat. So just explore it while we're talking, because at the end of this, we'll let you ask questions, and you can ask them now as we're going, because we want to make sure that you're understanding everything that we say. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. And please ask questions, you guys. If there's something specific you want us to talk about, put it in the chat and we will address it. So that's what these are for. And just something I want to add before I go into the hundreds list is I've noticed that a lot of people that are starting out they'll post like really, really consistently for like maybe the first week or maybe even the first month, and they can't get anyone to buy from them. Everyone they know, all of their family and friends says no, and they quit. And to me, I'm like, who cares? Like, I didn't get one single family or friend to buy from me until I was ambassador almost. So you guys, please, please, please don't think that your business is failing just because you're getting no from everyone you know. And you may be getting yes from everyone you know, and that is awesome. But if you're not, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. Like, don't quit. We're teaching you how to get into your cold market by blitzing, using social media, everything. Like, we're getting into people that you don't know. Because even if you do have friends and family saying yes, that market's going to run out eventually, okay? They can only buy from you so many times. So just keep that in mind. If you want to go straight to your cold market, do it, and it's just going to take a little bit more time. So just stay consistent. And so that's just what I wanted to say about that. And then so your hundreds list is a really, really good way to start out very quickly. And you'd be surprised at how many people you don't know or you're not thinking of telling about the business, okay? And so that's what the hundreds list is, and it also goes with the memory jogger. And you can get those if you go into your eSuite, go into Doc Library, you can search memory jogger and hundreds list and print those out. And basically, it's going to help you. So you're going to fill out 100 different people to contact, and you're going to work that hundreds list, right? And if you can't fill it out, then use the memory jogger to help you fill it out. And basically, my hundreds list just keeps growing. I have a spreadsheet that I use, and I just gather people's contact info as much as I have, their name, their phone number, their email, and then some notes, when to follow up with them. My hundreds list is like 3,000 people long. And so, and I've gained those over the almost 4 years I've been in this business. And I just keep adding to it. So when we have a BOGO wraps deal or this extra box of wraps in your kit deal, I'm going through everyone that I've ever talked to about either becoming a customer or a distributor and telling them about it. And that contact list just keeps growing. And so that's what you do over and over and over again. So when you first start out, you may get 50 people on that hundreds list. And I just encourage you to try and make it a full 100. And you can do that by blitzing, social media, and then just using that memory jogger to contact absolutely everyone you've ever known, right? Friend people that you used to go to high school with, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the hundreds list. And if you haven't used it yet, even if you've been in this business a while, I really encourage you to get that out and actually write it down and then work the hundreds list every day by messaging people from that list. Okay. Oh, there's people saying I can't hear anything. Oh, okay, just one person. I hope people can hear me. Yeah, Jenny, just try and turn your volume up.
But I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh, okay, you can't hear me. Can you hear other people, or is it just me? Kara, Lori, can you hear me?
It was cutting out. I can hear you a little bit now.
Okay,
I think I pressed
Jenny,
the
just
button.
try and turn your volume up. Your volume on your phone.
Yeah, I can hear you now. We're good.
Okay.
Muted. Like sometimes I could hear you, and then other times like you were quiet, but it's okay now.
Okay, well, I'll try and work out on that. Okay. So yeah, back to Lori.
Okay. I guess to jump off what you said, you know, and it isn't all about your warm market, and your warm market are your friends and your family. But trust me, there's people that you're associated with that you might not think that'll want to buy, but they're watching you, and they probably will end up buying from you because they do know you, as opposed to like if they were watching me and they had no clue who I was, they just found me one day. And to make you all feel better, I've been in this business. It's 3 years this month, and my mom has never bought one thing from me. Talk about a warm market, right? That's super hot market, and she's never bought one thing from me, and it's okay. That's fine. She, you know, supports me and everything. I guess as a sideline cheerleader, but she ain't gonna buy nothing from me, so that's okay. So I don't want you guys to get discouraged when your friends and your family say no. Thank you. Wow. And don't get discouraged by that. And when I started, I told Kara's my enroller, I told her that I didn't have a warm market because one, I didn't really understand what it was. And two, I had just moved to a town where I didn't know anybody. So, and I was like, I can't do parties. I don't have a car, and I don't have a market. How can we make this work? And so that's why, like, we don't want you guys to get scared, because we're going to show you exactly how to tap into a cold market. And cold market are strangers. And I've done great without having what I considered a warm market, but I actually had a better one. Because I did my launch party, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, okay, I guess I got to do an online party, because I couldn't really do a local one because I didn't know anybody. So I was like, I'm going to do an online launch party. And it was so great. That's where I got my first 4 loyal customers, was doing the online launch party. So that means it was my warm market. And so Kara, are you going to talk about the parties?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and go into that then.
Awesome. So hi, everybody. So I don't want to go through the entire how you do a party. What I want you to do is, if you don't know how to do a party, I will put the link to my YouTube party video in the comments. If you can't get to the comments, just go look for me on YouTube, and I've got a whole bunch of training videos. You can also find party videos from all of the ambassadors or, triples and above. I highly recommend Ashley Olive. She's really good at parties. She would be great to watch her YouTube videos. And Lori was talking about getting into your cold market, and parties are a great way to meet strangers. You might not think that, but if you think about it this way, let's ask our friend Jenny. Uh-oh, can you guys hear me? Ingrid, give me the thumbs up.
We can hear you, but you're frozen. Oh, you're back.
Oh, okay. I'll keep talking and I'll just...
We can hear you. Just keep talking.
As long as you can hear me. Okay. So you ask your friend to host a party, and you're going to ask her to invite a few of her friends. And at that party, you're obviously going to try to sign customers and distributors. And let's say 2 of the people at that party sign up as loyal customers. You're going to tell them, hey, in the meantime, while you're waiting for your product to arrive, do you want a free wrap? And they'll say, well, yeah, how? And you say, in the next 2 or 3 days, let's schedule a party. Just invite a few friends over. And I sometimes don't even use the word party because I don't want them to think that they have to put out food and clean their house. I sometimes just say get together. We can meet at a coffee shop, anywhere where you want to invite a couple of friends over. And if you keep doing that, you have a never-ending supply of business, right? Because everybody wants to try a free wrap, and they will be willing to invite 2 or 3 friends. And if you then tell those friends, let's schedule a party for you guys, that's a never-ending supply of business. And you can work your online parties the same way. Get the online people who wants to win a free wrap. Let's schedule an online party. I highly recommend that you do in-person parties first. And that should be the majority of what you do if you can do that. Online parties are great, but people are not going to be as committed to purchasing because they have that, internet in front of them. It's not like you're standing in front of them. So it's a little bit harder to get the signups when you're doing an online party. But online parties can be really good too. And I want you to ask your enroller to help you with an online party, okay? Let your enroller help you with the first 2 or 3 parties, and then you can copy and paste what she does so that then you can do the parties from then on out by yourself. And so I will put that link in the chat. And okay, and Ingrid, you're going to answer Rachel's question, and I'll let you go ahead and do that. And anybody who has questions about parties, please go ahead and put.
Yeah, please put them in the chat if you guys didn't hear that. Yeah, so Rachel asked, what do I usually message people on your hundreds list? That's a great idea. And I do like to break them into who I want to be a distributor and who I think would be better as a customer. And you can decide that just on who you'd want to work with and who you think that this certain product would be great for. So, they may be interested in the other, and that's okay. Just talking to them, they're going to let you know. And so if there's someone that you really want to be on your team, you're like, they'd be perfect at this, they need this, then what you're going to message them is try to not think of it as such a business proposition. Try and just say, you know what, I'm really excited about this new business that I started, and you keep popping up in my mind, and it would be so much fun if we did this together, and just kind of see where it went. And just kind of pose it like that. It's something fun to do together, and that's just not such a big deal. And then they can kind of say, no, I'm really not interested, and that's fine. Or they're going to say, okay, well, tell me more, and they're going to ask you questions, and that's where you just start that conversation. And that conversation may take a day, it may take a month, it may take a year, but you're going to keep them on that contact list. People will watch you for, I've had people watch me for 4 years and then sign up. So you just gotta keep following up with them. Some people are ready right then. Some people need to watch you, and that's okay. If it's more of a customer, the one I really like for people just starting out is you say, you text your best friend and you say, hey, I'm really excited about this product called Hair, Skin, Nails that I'm selling now. I was wondering if but I haven't been able to try it yet. I'm wondering if you'd be able to try it for me for 3 months and give me a review, and I'll give you my discount. I really like that one. So, you don't have to have tried it. You just say, try this for me, write me a review. You have like gorgeous hair. You'd be a great hair model or anything. You can do that with any product, wraps, facials, anything. Like if your mom wants to try a facial and just say, Mom, I need some before and afters. Will you try it for me for 3 months? So that's a really good way to reach out to people. But I don't think you need to like have a generic one for every person. Just kind of make it really personal to them, especially if they're people that you know. Just think about maybe a product they'd really like. Think about if they're really a fun personality and they like to host parties, and maybe approach them. Say, hey, you want to try a free wrap if you'll host a party for me? Just kind of make it personal to them. And once you start getting people on your hundreds list that you don't know very well, then, you can do like a more generic thing. Sometimes I'll even do like one of both. I'll say, we have this great deal on wraps today, but we also have an even better deal if you become a distributor. Are you interested in becoming a customer or a distributor and making a little money? And so you can kind of ask them both. So just, never stick to one thing. Just kind of mix it up sometimes and see what works best for you. But those would be my ideas. Lori or Kara, if you want to add to those, or if you have different ones that you use, please jump in.
I think when we first start too, we automatically we just switch to car salesmen. Now we've all become car salesmen, but we're just selling wraps. I want you to really, instead of sending out, like I used to do it, guys, it's okay, but we live and we learn, and that's why we're teaching you guys different ways. But I used to send out mass generic messages, and I probably lost a few friends along the way because of that sales pitch that I gave everybody. But instead of being like salesy, why don't you try just talking to them like you're their best friend? I mean, just be like, hey, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, but okay, it's okay, Lori. Just come back when you're ready. But yeah, she has a good point. Like just having conversation with people and just being nice and asking them how they're doing before you jump into what you need, just make it about them, right?
Exactly. Or, and the product too. If like you want your best friends with you in this journey, because it is exciting to have best friends. Like Ingrid and Kara are my great best friends now because of this business. And I'm happy that, I get to do that with them. So if you have a best friend, you need to just come at her like a best friend and not a salesperson, and then go to lunch, go have coffee and bring your stuff and just be like, this is what I'm doing and I'm so excited about it. Don't be like, let me tell you about it. Just tell her, because if it was anything else, you would just tell her. And as far as our products, we have products for everybody. So Grandma, I want you to get on these greens because it makes everybody healthier. Please, will you buy these greens for me? Or Grandma, I know that you're having joint pain, and I know you take a medication for it. Will you take this stuff instead? Because it helps me out, and I know it's a great product and it'll help you out. I got my dad to do that for me. I didn't realize he was having joint pain, and then he's like, I take stuff for it, and I was like, well, take my stuff instead. And we got him set up on the auto shipment like that. So, instead of being super salesy, if your friend got a bad haircut, be like, you need this hair, skin, and nails. This is going to help your hair grow out faster. Just something like that. Instead of being salesy, just be their friend, be their relative, and, offer this stuff that we have for them. That's my tips. Kara, do you have anything else?
Or does anyone particularly want to answer Jenny's message on the chat? I can, but I just...
What did it say?
I will if you can hear me.
Yeah.
So let me answer Samantha's first. So Samantha asks, did you do a lot of off of social media? So it's just fine to use social media. There's a couple of things that you need to remember. One is you need to develop a relationship with people. You can't just be marketing to them. And I think Lori's saying that and Ingrid's saying that, and I'm just going to say it once more. So when you use social media, you know, what I always like to think is, what value can I give to this person? What beneficial things can I give to this person? Sometimes it's just conversation and your kids are cute and I can give them compliments. Sometimes it's, you know, they are interested in some sort of a health goal, weight loss, whatever. And so I can be really in depth about the products and give them good information and be helpful. If you aren't getting people to respond to you from your cold market, Jenny, then maybe sending that one script is not the way to approach it. Maybe you start with liking their photos, commenting on their photos, asking them about that cool car they drive, or where they shop for their kids' clothes, or what a cute dog you have, or something that makes conversation so they start to get to know you a little bit more. Another really important thing to do on social media is try to be organized about who you are friend requesting. Okay, so on Instagram and on Facebook, I try to friend people and follow people who are local to me, so that if they see what I'm posting and they happen to say, I want to try a wrap, I can very easily say, I'll give you a free one if you invite a few friends over, right? And they're local to me, and so it's easy for me to have a party with them. I do, of course, try to friend people in the other countries that we are open in, but not as much, because it's harder to develop a relationship with them. But of course I do that as well. So like I said, I'm organized. I have a goal with who I'm friending and how I'm talking to them. So really think about that. And, you know, Jenny, and for everybody else who's new, like Ingrid said, sometimes it takes people 4 years of watching you. And what Lori said at the beginning of planting those seeds. Every time you have a conversation, you are planting seeds. And it takes a good 30 days of planting seeds. And maybe you get lucky and you get a couple of customers in there. You know, I hope all of you will really ask your friends and family to be your first 4 customers. But 30 days of planting seeds before that starts to pay off with your cold market. And you'll start seeing people who you don't know so well who are messaging you and taking more of a notice on what you're doing. Obviously, celebrating every little thing that happens in your business. You got a new customer, post about it. Post how excited you are to get your first paycheck in your business. Post about how you're working on your $500 bonus before Christmas. Post about how you're using the products. Take a cheesy picture of yourself holding one of the products. Take your before and after photos. All of these things, even if you post it and you don't get one single like, I guarantee somebody is looking at it. Almost every distributor and customer I've gotten have been people who do not like or comment on what I do, but they go and private message me and say, I'm interested. Okay, so you don't know who's watching, so don't get discouraged when you're not seeing an immediate response. And something before I turn it back to Lori and Ingrid is 2 things I remember. 1, you have to believe in yourself, okay? Even if you have no earthly clue what you're doing, you need to go paint the word $500, the numbers $500 on your mirror with lipstick, and look at that every morning. Okay, so that's step 1, believe in yourself because you know you can do it. And 2, take deliberate action, because you can believe in yourself all day long, but if you aren't working your business, whenever you have a spare moment, nothing's going to happen. So if you only have 5 minutes, make those 5 minutes count. Don't scroll on Facebook. Don't watch TV. Go and message 10 people in 5 minutes, or 50 people if you're super fast. Go message people. Go make a connection. Every single day, take deliberate action. Okay, I'll turn it back to you guys.
Okay, and I mean, when I first started, I used to hate when people said you have to build relationships. I used to hate that. I used to hate hearing it because I ain't got time to make a relationship, right? I know, guys. I know your mindset and I know what you're thinking, but it's 1,000,000% true. You have to build relationships because people want to buy from a friend and from a person they trust. Excuse me. Then just a stranger that's like, hey, do you want to try my wrap? But these relationships, I mean, it's not like you're going to be dating this person for like 5 years, okay? Kara was right. Just comment, oh, I love that shirt. Where did you get it? Or I have never tried that restaurant. Where is it at? I've been wanting to go there. People like to talk about themselves and their lives. So that's something I've learned lately is that when we're like on Facebook, like really think about the posts that you've done lately. Are you asking questions? Because that's another thing I used to hate too. Be engaging. And I'm like, I don't want to be engaging. Just buy my stuff, right? But these are things you just learn. You need to be engaging. And what does that really mean? Okay, so think about the last 5-10 posts that you've posted on Facebook. Have they even once asked a question to your audience? Have they asked a question? Probably not. Asking a question is the easiest way to engage your audience. And what does that mean? That means that get your audience to talk back to you. You can post pictures of your cute kids all day, but if you're not engaging them and asking them a question, then all they're going to do is just like, okay? And the reason why you want these people to like and comment, especially comment on your posts, is because that means Facebook is going to keep putting your stuff in their face, because it's like, oh, she likes her stuff. She likes to comment. So I'm going to show that girl more her stuff because she likes her, and that's how Facebook works. So, and that's how Instagram works too. So you need to really look at your last post and see, have I engaged my audience? And if you haven't, then you need to start thinking about how can I engage my audience more? And just ask a simple question, take a picture of your kids, they're eating spaghetti, and just be like, what is your kid's favorite go-to meal? And then people will start commenting and telling you because they like to talk about themselves and their lives. So that's how you build relationships, and that's how you get more engagement and more activity on your Facebook. Ingrid?
Yeah, I love that, Lori, and I need to incorporate that into mine. So I'm going to do that. I learn from Lori every day. Okay, so what I was going to say is people need, in order to build those relationships, it can be something as easy as posting about your life, right? So yes, engage with them, but sometimes you forget, like, your feed is like a solid sales pitch, right? And so instead of posting product and asking people to become in the business, that's great, but you need to make sure that you're putting yourself and your life in there so that they kind of get to know you. People will start like recognizing you, recognizing your kids. So just make sure that you're doing that. Oh God, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, okay, so but I incorporate It Works into every single post I do. So if it's like me and my kids, it'll have some kind of hashtag related to my business. Why is Lori laughing at me? Are you laughing at me? At least she's muted.
We were all laughing. We were all thinking the same thing. Prego brain.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's gonna all come out eventually here. But anyway, so there's a hashtag related to my business. So I have one that's very related to my business that I put on every single one. That's unique to me. Also use hashtags that just kind of say I'm I'm playing with my kids on a Tuesday, boss babe, or anything that's going to relate It Works, so people can start branding your face and your life with the It Works business. So you want to put that on every single post, but it doesn't actually have to be an ad, right? So it can be just of your life, but indirectly about It Works. And so when you start doing that, people are going to start seeing you, they're going to start recognizing you. And when they do want to order, they're going to know in their head, that's the girl I want to go order from. I see her all the time. She looks awesome. Great. So, and then again, what Lori said about engagement, you need to start commenting and liking people's photos so that you can get that engagement up and they don't become such a stranger. And then when you do approach them about something, or they come to you, it's going to be more of a relationship, and it's not, going to be so scary for them when you come and approach them about buying something. Okay. And I did just want to read, I approached someone, I rarely cold message, but this is how I cold message on Instagram. So I have this girl that likes like every single post that I do. She is like one of my biggest fans, and I absolutely adore that, right? So I obviously know that she knows I'm an It Works distributor because she likes all of those posts. And so I messaged her the other day because I just think she's amazing and I want her on my team. And I just said, hey, you keep popping up in my feed, and I think you and your kiddos are adorable. So I immediately just give her a compliment about her feed, okay? So she knows that I am also interacting with her. So I try and like on her as much as she does on me, right? And then I said, just throwing this out there, do you have any interest in joining It Works as a distributor? And then I say, you've obviously got some business savvy as an author, because I know she writes books. It's on her feed. So I compliment her, tell her why she would be good at this business. I'd love to have you on my team. If not, it's totally fine. And I said, either way, thank you so much for the support on my Instagram, and I hope it continues. So that's kind of like, that was just super genuine. Like I'm commenting on her. It's not all about me. And just throwing that question out there. And she was super sweet and just said she'd think about it in the future, blah, blah, blah. But that's just kind of how you can cold message people. I don't do it a lot unless it's really genuine and I'm like incorporating what I know about them into it, like why they would be good on my team, why it would help them. Okay, so that's just an idea.
Hey, I want to answer, can I answer Jenny's question? So you guys, a no never means no, okay? And I'm not telling you to be pushy, and I'm not telling you to, I'm not telling you to be pushy. What I'm saying is try to be creative with how you respond to people. And Jenny, I am so excited to have you on the team. You just started 2 days ago, and you've already done your training, and you're already like jumping right in. And I am thrilled that you're on the team. So welcome to the team. I am going to say, tell me if I'm wrong. I had to work through your response of basically telling me no, right? Because you almost told me no, and I had to work through that and prove to you that I am here to help you and support you. And so you're going to get people who say, no, I don't have money, or no, I don't think I can do this, or no, I don't have internet. That's about the business. Or about the products, they might say, I have to wait till my next paycheck. And then when you wait that long, then they've already spent their next paycheck. You're going to hear a lot of this. And so just talking to people and being creative and helping them, first of all, figure out why. Why does this person want the product? Or why do they want the business? So if they've been, if they're a close friend and they've been saying they want to lose weight forever, I like to ask them a question. How long have you wanted to lose that 10 pounds? Do you know? And just wait and see what they say, and then say, look, this is it. You can have this done by Christmas. Here's the perfect products for you. It's time to just buy them and get started, and you're going to look awesome by the holidays. If you have people who are young and have zero money, then you need to say, you need to do whatever it takes to get this $99 and get started and work your butt off with me, because we are going to have this $500 bonus before Christmas on top of all of our paychecks. And, if they still are like, I don't know, then give them solutions. Do you have something you can sell? Do you have someone who you can borrow it from? Can you babysit your friend's kids? Can you have a bake sale? There are ways of coming up with $99. And if somebody truly wants to change their life, they will do it. And I believe that once we make the decision in our mind that we want to do something, we do it. People try to quit smoking and they're not really sure about it and nothing ever happens, right? But once they decide I'm done, then they do it. Okay. And so you just have to get them to that point and keep asking them, why do you want? Why? How are you living right now? How long has money been tight? Has money been tight for years, months? Are you going to make a change, or are you going to still do the same thing that you've been doing? So just point that out to them and see if you can talk them through that no. And especially if you get a good feeling about someone, especially if you see, wow, this person is, driven or motivated or popular. She has a popular social media account, or she's always hanging out with her friends. She would be great at this business because of those reasons. And you need to point that out to her and say, you would kill at this. You just need to jump in and find that $99 and do it. Okay?
I have one more question as well. I know you had to deal, Kara, with my fiance. So how is the best way to go about getting them on board whenever their husbands and boyfriends and fiancés aren't so sure about it?
Lori, do you want to answer that?
I know, right? Well, you don't tell them about it, to be honest. I found this business and I knew instantly I wanted to do it. And I knew my husband would have been like, y'all right. So I had a credit card, and I'm not proud of this, guys. It's not one of my best moments. But I had a credit card that was still in my name because we were newlyweds. And I just used that credit card, and I knew that I was going to have to pretty much make my money back ASAP to pay that bill when it came in. And I was able to do that, but I had accidentally let it slip. He didn't know it was $99 to join. He just knew I started a new business. And so I had accidentally let it slip because my very first distributor, I was excited about talking to her, and I was like, she's going to sign up on Friday. And he's like, why is she waiting until Friday? And I'm like, well, she gets paid on Friday. And he's like, what does that have to do with anything? And I was like, oh, by the way, it was $99 to start. So, I just sold old baby items. And I was like, okay, don't worry. I'll sell old baby items. And he's like, you should have told me, blah, blah. We won't get into all that. But, it's weird when people are like, oh, my boyfriend's not going to let me. I'm like, that's your boyfriend. That's not your husband. But I get it. You respect the relationship and stuff like that. I'm probably not the best to talk about that. But in the end, it's for you and your family. So if you can make a deal. Kara's talked to me so much about, like, when the auto shipment was in play, I'm like, my husband, he's going to get mad if I run an auto shipment. And Kara would be like, Lori, can you give up a gift? You've got Christmas coming up. Can you say that as long as I run my auto shipment, you don't have to buy me Christmas? I had to make priorities, guys, and I did. And I was like, okay, if you let me run my auto shipment, I won't buy Christmas. I don't want any Christmas gifts. I don't want any birthday gifts or something like that, Go ahead, Kara.
So without like asking them exactly how their financial situation works between the two of them, because that's their business, just say, do you have any money of your own? Or, is there anything you can cut out in your spending in the next month? And that's what you can tell your fiance or your husband. Look, I'm not going to have my nails done. I'm not going to get my hair done. I'm not going to get Starbucks, whatever it is. And just, that the woman is able to say to him, I would really like to have this business. It's $99. I can potentially run my business for free by getting my $150 in sales through my website. I won't have to do any other orders. And just that you help her have the facts that she needs to take to her husband. And then, Jenny, I know I sent you a whole long script of what husbands should know. The fact that this is a tax write-off, you will save way more in $99 on your taxes if you are claiming your cell phone, your internet, and all of the things that accountants allow you to claim because you are running a business and these are your expenses. So for those of you who are newer to tax stuff, you can get free advice from H&R Block. But when you go to file your taxes next year, anything that you use for your business, any money that you spend, it's it's an expense. And so you should get more back on your taxes because of those expenses, okay? So that was one of the things I sent you. The fact that the company has been around since 2001, the fact that our CEO has been featured in so many magazines but was not in Forbes. I think I sent you that link. I'll put that script here in the chat for those of you who would like to have it. But just, you know, meet it head on. Here's what you should tell your husband. Now let's get creative. In what would he give you $99 for? Would he give it to you for your hair? Would he give it to you for whatever? So tell him that you want $99 and you're not going to get your whatever done for a while. Whatever. Or prove to him that you're going to go and coupon and you're going to save that money from groceries and pay it that way. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, I like that. I forgot, you know, that's a great idea of, you know, what can you just give up? Or, you know, are there any purses that you've got in your closet? You know, we all love name brands. Anything that you can sell from your personal stash that could bring some money in. But in the end, it's not like you're asking him for a $99 purse. You're asking him to buy a business to help financially with the family. And this business pays for itself when you sell the 4 wraps from your kit. So always bring that back into play, that as long as I sell these 4 wraps, I have joined my business for $0. You've made your investment back, guys. So there's really nothing, there's nothing to lose, you know, and that's where you have to bring it back, that you can make this money back. So, and that's something maybe you could come up with. Like, I promise I'll sell these wraps, and if I don't, then I'll sell this purse instead, and I'll make the money back, you know, blah, blah, blah.
And one last thing I just wanted to add, you know, if you're comfortable and confident enough to just say, hey, let's have a group call with your husband, I'll talk to him. I always talk to the husbands. I love talking to men about this business. But if you're not going to be super confident, then don't do it. Just tell her to do it. So, but if you have your facts, you know, they just want facts. They want numbers. So if you can get them on the phone with the wife and talk to both of them, that works well. That has worked well for me in the past. So it's just another idea. If you know your stuff, do it that way. And if you don't, you need practice. Try it. But there are a couple questions about pre-selling wraps, and you can definitely help people pre-sell wraps. So I always just say, hey, do you know 4 people that want to try a wrap for $25? If you do, you can start for free. Collect the money, buy your kit, give them a wrap when it comes in. So, and you're going to have to help them with that. So it's easier if it's local, so you can help them sell it because you're the distributor. You're the one that has rights to sell the products. And then Kayla, I don't know, Kara, do you want to address this one? I don't know how compliant it is to actually supply wraps. I think, so she's asking if I have a PT who, let's see, can I offer to provide wraps for a party she hosts so she has the money? I would say if you did that and then the agreement is that she gives you the box of wraps, she gets her kit back, that's probably compliant. You're not publicly offering incentive to sign up with you, but I don't know. That's kind of a gray area. I don't know if you want to address that one, Kara.
Yeah, so the distributor has to be the one doing the selling. So if she's local and you're there and you can sell the wraps, you keep the money, okay, and help her sign up. So, yeah, I don't know how to do that. Basically, you have to be the one selling the wraps. And let's say only 2 people or 2 people buy wraps. So now you have $50. You're going to hold on to that $50 for her until she comes up with the rest. Because if she just disappears and changes her mind, you don't want to be out that money. So you hold on to it until she's ready to sign up as a distributor, okay? And as long as you're doing the selling, my understanding is that it's just fine. And then, yes, Ingrid's right. She would give you the 4 wraps from her kit when it arrives. So, you know, I find that pre-selling is not as easy as getting them to borrow it, sell something, some piece of baby furniture or something that they don't need on Craigslist. or, babysitting somebody's kids, because once they start trying to work the business and they're not even distributors yet, what happens if they get discouraged? What happens if one person tells them no? Then they're not going to sign up and you've wasted your time. So, and the other thing is I need people to prove to me that they're worth my time, because I'm going to put a lot of training and support into them. And if they can't get creative and come up with $99 or they don't care to, I don't necessarily want them on my team. And I know that sounds like heartless to say, but maybe down the road they get motivated and they get ambitious and they come up with that $99. Hey, then I'm ready to help them. And the other thing that brings up for me is when you're talking to your husband, what if, what if you make $1,000 by Christmas? What if you make $5,000? What if in a year you're making more than your husband does at his job? Okay, that was my situation. It was Ingrid's situation, and it was Laura's situation, and it was thousands of other people's situations. So that's something else to just say to your husband. This is a $99, not even a risk, because I can sell the 4 wraps coming in my kit. I can give you the $99 right back. What if this changes our life forever? Okay, so make sure that you help your friends say that as well.
Jen, to answer your question about getting your boyfriend on board with the business with you, Lori, I don't know if you can see this chat, so that's why I'm like reading them for you, but there's tons of really great calls from top men leaders, and it works. Pam Souter just posted one the other day on her page, but I would go to YouTube and just search Men of It Works, or men working at work, something like that. And there's tons of calls that he could listen to about how they work their business. And, to be honest, there's very few men that actually go all in working the business. They'll do some things, like eventually after their better half has, made it to the top, and they'll start doing reports and helping with training. But there's very few that are actually out there blitzing. So I wouldn't push it. Like, he's either going to be into it or he's not. I would inform him with those, but you're going to be successful whether he's in the business or not. And that's just a fact. So I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on him to do it, but I would give him information and kind of just let him make it his own choice about that.
Sorry. Okay, and then we had one more question about the, what was it? Do you see it, Ingrid?
Yeah, so it says with parties, giving the free wraps, but selling others for $25. Do the free ones come from what you buy for yourself?
Yes, the free wraps, any free product that you're offering, it's always coming from your stash. So you have to be careful, like, can you afford to give out a free wrap? Do you have the means right now? And I know in the beginning it's a little bit harder, but we do get wrap rewards. Don't forget, our wrap rewards is every 2 loyal customers that order from your website, 2 new loyal customers that order from your website, you're going to get a wrap reward, and that is a box of wraps for $25 with free shipping. So you're getting 4 wraps for $25, which turns out to be a $75 profit for you. So keep that in mind. Like, when you're new, you're never going to be able to have wraps on hand if you're giving them out for free and wrapping and people and, doing parties and stuff. It's so hard to keep wraps on hand. It's so hard. But that's a good thing, right?
And what I just thought, you guys, you do not have to have wraps to have a party, and you do not have to have wraps to host a potential distributor, get their money party. You need a catalog from your kit, and you need to talk about the product and get people excited about it. And then they give money to basically reserve a $25 wrap. And that now you've just raised your potential distributor's money. You don't need anything. You just need to talk about it and how exciting they are and how this is their one chance to try a single wrap, because otherwise they come in a box of 4. So if they want to try a single wrap, they're reserving their spot. And so you could have a party with 0 product. You really, really can do that. So If you don't have a box of wraps, just have a party and just tell people how great the product is and get them to sign up as a customer. And they get it cheaper anyway, right? So if you're having your own party to get loyal customers, they're going to get a better deal online as a loyal customer than they are buying it directly from you at the party, right? $14 a wrap if they buy online, $25 at the party. So, or, raising the money for the potential. I just explained that. So don't feel like you have to have any. Like, do it without it. There's another question. Actually, there's a lot of questions. Okay. Sorry I missed a lot of the call. I had a person. Oh, yeah, it's recorded. You can watch it later. I don't know. Did you girls see any other questions? Does anyone have any last questions they want to end with?
I don't think so.
We did record it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's recorded. I guess my last note is, as a new distributor, everything, all the products that you use for yourself or that you're getting, keep the empty bottles, because you're just building your displays for your parties that you have in the future. But Ingrid's right, you don't actually need anything when you have a party. But for future, anything that you buy and that you use up, don't throw it away. Keep the bottle, because then you have it for displays for the future. If you use a wrap on yourself, don't throw it away. Rinse it out, wash it out, and rinse it and dry it. And now you've got a wrap to show people. So even if you don't have wraps to sell, at least you've got a clean wrap that you can throw on your stomach, and you can be like, look, this is what the wraps look like. This is how I cut it in half. This is where it goes. So I wish somebody had said that to me when I was first starting, because I threw away so many bottles, and it's like, dang it, if I just kept that bottle, I would have had that for my display. So I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else? Kara, Ingrid?
I just want to say I am so excited. The people who are on this call tonight, I can just feel your enthusiasm and your excitement, and I am just so excited to help you guys. And Lori and Ingrid and I are always here. You can always post in the groups. Please ask questions, because you know what? When we see you participating, whether it's on Facebook or you're texting us or you're on these calls, you're at the forefront of our minds. And when we are thinking about, good trainings and good tips and good ideas, you're the first people that we tag and that we share things with, because we see you participating. And so please don't hesitate to ask questions, make comments, celebrate. If you get a customer, let us know. Like, we should be the first people you message. Go post it in the group. We want to congratulate you. Just really, the more you can be involved, the more you're going to soak up all this information. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, we did too. Don't, just try not to stress about it. You're going to learn everything. It's all going to fall into place. All you have to do right now is be excited. That's it. Be excited and share that with other people. That is your only job right now.
Okay, well, don't be scared. I just saw somebody, she was getting really scared, but don't get scared, and you guys have a great evening. Gosh, we did this for a whole hour, so good stuff, good stuff. Share with your teams. We'll post the recording tomorrow, and we will talk later. Have a great week, guys.
Good night.
Bye.